madness. This is Sparta!
Oh, so yeah. What's going on, passengers? It's your conductor, the Blind Prophet.
I'm Big Easy. I'm here. Always
joined by Big Easy. With everything that's going on right now in regards to E3 and all these leaks that are coming out of the woodworks.
I'm eating.
Yeah, Big Easy's eating. The one that's really stood out to me as far as leaks, rumors, and actual confirmation is Odyssey, Assassins Creed Odyssey. And I just recently started playing Origins, funnily enough. Like, I'm really late, but I waited so long because I didn't really like it at first. I wasn't whole on board with the RPG aspect and what they had done with it. So I kind of waited until it went on sale on Amazon. That's usually how I am with any game though. But I've been playing it, and it's really funny that now we're getting the next game when they said that they weren't going to be doing yearly releases again. But yeah, I mean, not to turn this into a review on Origins, but it definitely turned my whole perspective on the RPG aspect of Assassin's Creed and what they did with it, and it really fits. I mean, I remember when you got it day one, you got the gold edition with the steelbook, and you really enjoyed it. So you can obviously speak on where you liked and disliked as far as when it first came out. But for me, honestly, it's about as close to a perfect Assassin's Creed game as we've gotten. Like, I was holding on for so long on the, Assassin's Creed 3, like, being my best and favorite. But this one, besides my biggest gripe with the vaulting, it's got to be one of the best. It has to hands down be the best.
What made you finally get into it? Was it just exploring the world, feeling out the atmosphere?
It just took me actually sitting down and just digesting it, like just really devouring everything that was being put on, and just pulling back that curtain that I had over the whole RPG aspect that I didn't really like that, and the whole Hidden Blade not being a full weapon. Stealth kill if you didn't have it fully upgraded. But it wasn't even about that anymore. Like, you can upgrade it very easily to still be the Hidden Blade that we know, as well as all your weapons. Like, you can pick like which weapons your spear can have like bleeding damage. So like if you're in a fight and you got 4 or 5 dudes around you could do a real quick swipe and they're all bleeding. And the combat too. The combat, it looked really funny and weird watching gameplay, but playing it's a very intuitive combat system. More so than just parrying and getting that instant kill. And I mean, no backpedaling on what I've always said throughout the years, that I love that combat system, but it feels more rewarding when you take out this what are they called, the Phylakes or the Phylakes or yeah, whatever they're called. It feels so much more rewarding when you take them down, because they're supposed to be more difficult, or just the variation in
Phylaketize.
Yeah, Phylaketize. So the combat system, being able to pull out your bow real quick, knock back their shield, go in with your sword. If you have the double swords, you can do some real quick damage, come back, bring out your bow again. Like, it has a very intuitive and immersive combat experience that, I mean, when I first saw it, those first gameplay trailers and all that, it looked really funny. Like, it looked really odd because of what they had already established in the series. And they really went on a, no pun intended, but leap of faith with this one, trying to do something different, and it works. So the reason I wanted to talk about Odyssey is because a lot of people are speculating that because of how soon it's being rumored to be released, and even you said it, they're scared of it being a reskin with reused assets and stuff like that. But for me personally, playing this one, Origins, and going through it, I honestly would not mind that. That wouldn't be my biggest fear, because the world and the combat and what they did with it, because it's obviously, if they're doing it in Greece, it's not obviously going to be a whole reused map.
Yeah.
But it'll have very similar assets. I think the world, in Origins is fucking beautiful. Not just in the visual aspect, but in like the exploration and the character that the world brings itself,
Yeah, that's how I felt when, like, the first week we played it. Like, the beginning, I was like, like I was getting that, like, I'm not hooked on it yet. Within like the first 10 minutes, I'm nervous that I just wasted a bunch of money. But within,
well,
like,
I mean, you did waste a bunch of money because you paid $10 less to get the steelbook.
I got the basic ass fucking collector's steelbook edition, and just $10 more. $10 more. It was $110. $10 fucking dollars more.
It was like 10 or 15. It was like 125.
Yeah.
And then you would have had to pay shipping.
Yeah. Oh my god! Could have got the statue. Could have got the actually really cool steelbook with all the Egyptian
the hieroglyphs and shit.
Hieroglyphs.
Yeah.
All that other shit, but no. GameStop didn't say shit. I didn't know.
It was only through the Ubisoft, the Ubi Club, or something like that.
It was only through ordering it through their website. That was really stupid.
But yeah, so I don't think that if they reuse assets, it'll be bad. Like it'll be like Brotherhood or like Revelations, where it felt like the same game, just more added onto it. And I think that's what the next game, if it's gonna be set in an ancient setting like that, is so close, all would really need, because I mean Greece is what, like barely far away from Egypt. It's like I think where is it in relation to?
It's across the Mediterranean Sea.
So like down the street, like it's not
empire wise.
Yeah, it's not that far. So it wouldn't be a shift in structures and buildings and environment, like if they were to just go to like Japan.
We'll just see more of Alexandria.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like if we were to just go to like Japan or like Russia or back to America, where it's like a totally different scenery or something. Like it's within the same region.
I'm only going off of like that small 4-second thing, but the cliff that he looked like he was kicking him off of looked like the harbor of Greece, or I forget what it's called, but there was a big battle in there between them and the Byzantines, I think.
I just think they need to double down on the customization, because like that's a big gripe for me, is like, even though I'm going through it and playing it with Bayek's costume to make my trailers, I already had that gripe that like it was all the same costumes, just different colors, like it. And I mean, it's really not that big of a deal, but if they're going to be doing like Greek armies and stuff with this next one, I want to see some like different helmets, some different breastplates, some different like skirts, some different cool stuff that, I mean, the most customizable things that like really stand out when you're doing it in Origins is like the shields. Like the shields might have like different looks and patterns on them. Your sword might have a wider blade. Your spear might have a little ornament on the end. But that's not customizable. That's just depending on what, like, what tier or rarity your weapon is.
I never liked the costume things because they're all just reskins, just different colors, and that's what was with a lot of the Assassin's Creed games. And the only actual diverse one you would get is when you collected like 1,000,000 feathers and got that Romulus armor, which was my favorite armor in Brotherhood.
That was almost like Revelations armor, but just bulkier.
Yeah, they had it in Revelations. It was a deals. You're
not talking about the one from Brotherhood that you got like
going
through the layers and stuff?
You can get them both in Brotherhood and Revelations. Revelations was
I don't remember in Revelations.
I think it was a pre-order or deluxe edition bonus, but if there's a lot of armor that they could use for the Greeks, so they'll probably keep the RPG aspect, and with that being said,
they said they're going to be like doubling down on it. Is like they're going to have
and that's what sounds cool, and I hope it's not like lame. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I want multiple different pauldrons, bracers, helmets. It'd be really cool if you could change like the ornaments, like the plumes and stuff.
Again, like within Origins, you could change like the bracers or the pauldrons, but that was like when you upgraded it. It's not like you could customize it. It changed when you upgraded it. And I don't really like that. Like, I wish I could, change it myself. Like how it was in Unity. Like you could change based off of, different factors. Like it helped with your stealth, or it helped with,
That's another thing. I hope when they style it, I hope it's like close to like actual Greek armor and cool looking. Because I didn't like a lot of the armor in Unity. It looked too plasticky, or not like cartoony, but just not, something that I could see someone who's an assassin in the French Revolution being in France wearing in public.
Yeah, like a big old pot-belly armor, like...
just like a weird fucking hood that shows your whole face.
Yeah.
It looked weird.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm also scared, like, what the main costume's gonna look like is like, because based off of that keychain, it's obviously gonna be, like, armor, but is it gonna be, like, actual assassin robes at any point? Or is it gonna be, depending on, because of the rumor, like, if you play a male or a female protagonist, like, is it gonna be based off of your status as the character? Like, if you're the female, you'll have robes, or if you're the male, you'll have armor, or, like... That's what I'm more speculative, because that's just been a mainstay within Assassin's Creed, is that iconic white, and in Revelations they went with the gray, but like it's just that iconic, and Unity it was blue, but that in Rogue they went black, but it's just that iconic white robe. Like it just it seems kind of scary and different for them to just go flat out armor. Like where's the Assassin's Creed in that? We
only have that teaser that shows who the fuck is it.
Yeah, I mean obviously this is speculations right now because we just got that little teaser a couple days ago, but I would be really disappointed if it's just armor, because is it even Assassin's Creed anymore, or is it just free roam for honor? Like,
they could have both, couldn't they? Just the armor with like the white and red robes.
They could, but would it be like Unity, or not so much Unity, but would it be like what's the other one where like you just Syndicate, where like it just doesn't look like an assassin. Like in Syndicate, the only way you look like an assassin was when you went in stealth mode. Like, I didn't like that. I liked looking like an assassin. Unity, like you were saying, like if you upgraded to a certain point, you didn't look like an assassin anymore. You look like one of the guards you're fighting. Like, I want to look like an assassin. And if you're a freaking Greek Spartan Legion guy, you don't look like an assassin.
I had a love-hate relationship with Syndicate because I liked how they were like, yeah, you're more modern times, you want to look more, fucking modern. But at the same time, I'm assassin. Feels weird having my hood on only when I'm crouching.
Yeah,
I want to have either or.
Like I think the best assassin's robes that I've seen in any of the games is Black Flag's robes, only because it doesn't differ from the pirate look, and all it is a hood. Like you fit so well within the world when you were on your ship and you didn't have your hood on. But when you did have your hood on, that's when you look like an assassin. Like, all the other games, for the exception of, I would say, Origins, you stick out so much. Like, you're a freaking white hooded guy with 10 knives and arm daggers and swords, and you sit on a bench and they don't see you no more? Like, Black Flag had by far the best assassin's robes as far as, like, being, like, immersed in like, where your environment was and being able to blend in. Obviously, when you went with that Jaguar outfit or the Mayan outfit or whatever, like, then you stuck out. But, like, as far as the base robes, like, I think that was the best.
Or the one with, like, the coat on it.
Yeah.
You look more pirate with it, but it was still cool to have something over
it
robes.
still looked like an assassin. Like, you had the iconic white robes. It didn't look like you stuck out like a sore thumb, and you just disappeared within a crowd only because, there were freaking hookers around you. Like, you actually could have disappeared because you look so, similar to everyone around you.
I think my favorite was Revelations.
I really liked the style of a lot of the clothing and the outfit you got from collecting all the plates or whatever they were. I don't know, it's just like the colors and the way the material looked. I liked it.
Well, as far as like robes, my favorite robes are, like just in general, not within the game. Like my favorite robes are Connor's, just because of how well it
colonial.
It looked colonial, but it also had that Native American flair to it, and the iconic assassin flair to it. So it just had so much going for it. But as far as within the game and the world that you were in, again, that one stuck out. Like, you could, if someone was really coming after you, you stuck out like a sore thumb. Like Edward, like, I feel like if someone was really going after him, he could have easily hit him because it wasn't anything flary. He had his flintlocks on him. Every freaking pirate or privateer had flintlocks on them. Like, it didn't stick out as much as all the others do. For the exception, I would say Bayek. He fits in pretty well. Like, once he has his hood on, it kind of sticks out because nobody has hoods on. Whereas with Edward, like, people had hats on, people had, something on, where the hood really didn't stick out too much. It did if, you were looking for it. But I hope they can do something cool with this outfit. Like, if I don't want to see something like they did with Achilles, where like his hat just had the point on it, and that's how you knew like he was an assassin. Besides his obvious robes that you found either within 3 or you saw him in his robes in Rogue. I want something that looks like an assassin. Like if it's just armor, I'm gonna be really disappointed because that's not Assassin's Creed anymore. And after this game, like, this was Origins. This is supposed to be, Odyssey is supposed to be taking place before Origins.
That's what's confusing me so much.
Yeah, like,
why is it called Odyssey when Odyssey's way before Origins, and why would they go further back when they just established that this is the origins of the Creed, and then blah blah blah. But then we're gonna go further back and say, oh wait, but hold, there's more.
There's more.
This guy invented the Hidden Blade. More retconning.
Well, I mean, it wasn't explain who invented the Hidden Blade in Origins, so they could definitely show who invented it in Odyssey. But like, that's what's confusing me is like, who is this guy, like, or girl that we're gonna be playing as? Like, what about them makes them an assassin? Like, what
you're able to choose who you want to play, right?
Well, based off of that rumor that we got that you're either gonna be the son or daughter of Leonidas, like, which I don't know how much truth is in that. But
maybe it'll start out. I don't like introductions like that because a lot of them tend to be the same, and which makes them boring for me. But you could possibly start out as like, oh, you're in the army, blah blah blah. You're wearing this armor. Something happens. Oh my god, I fall in an ocean. I lose some of my armor, but I have my cool chest piece and pauldron, and bracers, and now I need a change of robes and blah 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 blah. Oh look, a hood. This will help me hide away from the people that are hunting me. Oh no.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, we don't have any solid, like, actual references to go off of other than that little, 3-second clip of that Leonidas kick. Like, and what I do have to go off of that is that whoever that was kicking whoever that was off of whatever that was wearing armor. And that's just my biggest fear. We don't even know if that's the protagonist. Maybe that could be somebody else kicking somebody else off of something else. Like
that's him kicking you off.
Maybe maybe that's him kicking you off.
And then you're gonna be like, oh my god, I lost some of my cool stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just restart. My perks got reset.
Like, our idea that we had before these rumors came out, I think was so much cooler than what we're facing. Like, because what we had thought, based off of the name Odyssey, is that it would take place during the Iliad or Odyssey, and we could possibly play as Myrmidons. And that would have been so cool, is to, like, because they were basically, not that they were basically the assassins of their time, but they were, like, really cool, and
they had that
could have been written in a fictitious way as assassins. Like, you know, they were just really good at what they did, and they were a very respected legion.
And again, the only problem with that was the Iliad and Odyssey took place in the 12th century, and Origins was in the 5th century. So that's kind of a weird, big jump. That just makes things. Maybe it's in, like,
It was a weird big kick.
Yeah, maybe you're. It's like taking place in, like, where the Odyssey happened.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would codename it Odyssey or call it Odyssey when we're gonna be playing as Leonidas.
Or maybe we're just fucking thinking of it too much. Maybe Odyssey is just like something else entirely, and we're just
maybe
like,
Odyssey,
and we're just too much fanboys over the Iliad and Odyssey.
Maybe Odyssey is just because it's taking place in Greece. Like, I don't know. My biggest things is I want to see some robes, and I would like to see
good customization. I liked the combat in Origins, but I didn't like the combat in Origins because it still felt really jank to me.
What felt jank?
Just like the dodging and the lock-on system was.
I don't use the lock-on system because I don't use it because it does feel. I'm like Nick. I don't use it. Because it does feel jank.
And it's just something about whacking the enemies, like hitting them, didn't feel satisfying to me. It just felt like I was hitting these mannequins.
Well, that to me is the most satisfying thing because it doesn't feel like I'm hitting something that I'm like, it's like guided. It's like,
unless I'm using those dual daggers though, and I'm just like fucking furiously cutting to shit, and then that feels really nice.
No. To me, it's like in the previous games when like it was guided. Like now it feels like, because there is a hitbox system.
Yeah.
Like your reach matters, and like when you're playing against those guys that are almost like assassins that'll like come at you real quick, then go back, try to shoot you with their arrows.
Yeah, those guys are
throw a smoke bomb, and then come at you real quick. Like they're more satisfying to hit when you actually get to hit them because they're constantly playing with you. But I didn't like the dodging at first because, it's, like, really weird. But the more I started to use it, I liked it because, like, when you're fighting against several people, like, you'll dodge, you'll do your dash, and then you'll do, like, your it's like a dash and then a slide and then a roll. Where there's been times when I like dash to get away from a sword swipe, then I'll roll to get away from like a pole swipe, or slide, and then I'll roll and somebody like will just have tried to shoot me with an arrow. So it just feels like almost cinematic the way that you get into some fights. And I also like the way that they really made the combat system, because it doesn't feel like a last resort anymore. Like I felt like that was how some of the Assassin's Creed beside 3 felt, is like the combat felt like a last resort. Like you were supposed to go into some area stealthy and you either desynchronized or you just didn't have that satisfying feeling of doing that mission stealthily. This one feels like if you want to, go take out that whole base by yourself. Take out that boss, without just hidden blading him. Like you can actually fight him. So the only other one that I feel like, it's definitely way better than Syndicate's fighting system. Like that felt so cartoony.
I only liked the where you can go in like the rings as
but the actual fighting, like when you're just not in the rings,
constantly bitch slapping people until they fucking die. Yeah, I didn't like that.
The only thing I liked about Syndicate's combat system was when you like pressed either triangle or Y to like dodge a bullet and like turn around and shoot them. Like that was cool. I wish there was a system like that in Origins where like you could dodge an arrow and turn around and like grab somebody and like that's... or like I wanted so bad to see that where in the trailer he like held the bow with his foot and shot the arrow. Oh man, that would have been cool to see in the game somehow. But I really like that we actually got that jump shot that we got teased in with the 3 trailer. Because I use that all the time now.
Missed 2 things in Origins that was my absolute favorite, and just Assassin's Creed games. The executions and not the chain executions, but they were the special executions where you hold X or square and you could take out your pistol and shoot one guy and then just instantly kill another dude.
Oh yeah, I kind of missed that from like 3. When like you could have any weapon out and do that. Yeah,
I'm fine with not having that. And I liked the change in the combat system, but I didn't like the lack of control of me executing someone. Like, I forget which game did it, but it's where you... Was it Syndicate? Where you got them down to like a certain point of health?
Yeah, and they stood there like zombies.
Yeah, no. I don't want to think it was Syndicate. But it might have been Syndicate. But just like you get them down to a certain point of health, and then you can execute them. I like something like that.
I like the rarity of it in 3 and 4 when like you would get like 3 or 4 guys coming after. Like it was only like it wasn't like Syndicate where like you got them down to their health and then they would try to attack you. I liked how like if you were fighting a group of them, 2 of them would try to get you, and if you timed it right, you could do that, like where you would take like your what do you call it, musket, and like shoot one of them and like shoot the other and stab the other, and they kind of showed that in the trailer, like where Bayek is fighting them and he like takes one of their spears or something, like he grabs it and then takes it and then he uses it on another dude. So I thought maybe we were going to get that pickup system back that we had in 3.
Yeah, I missed that too.
Like, that was really cool to just, like, if you were just running by a musket and just to pick it up and run and freaking assassinate somebody with the musket, like, and then use the one shot that was in it and then use it as, like, a actual weapon. That was really fun. But again, like, I think what's cool about this one, whereas that one is like, it almost felt like too, like, almost like John Wick. Like you were the guy. Like there was no stopping you. Like if you could time it, you could do it. You were the guy. But in this one, it feels like you have to think, you have to strategize, you have to really use what you have and how you do it. or else you're gonna get wrecked. Like there's been times I've been fighting like just a low level, like I'm like a 27 right now, and I was fighting like an 18 boss in one of those fortresses, and he was big. He was almost like the guy that you fight in the beginning. Like he was big. He used the like staff. He whooped my ass. Like, and I was thinking like, dude, I'm 27. How is he beating me? But it's just, you gotta be tactful. You gotta understand like their strengths and their weaknesses. Whereas in 3, it was like any dude you fought, even if they were the big dudes, the only thing that held you back is like if you went for a certain attack, they would like stop you and headbutt you. That was it. Like other than that, like you really didn't have to. Exactly. Other than that, you really didn't have to strategize or use your bow really to an advantage. Other than you could counter with your bow or counter with your flintlock. But yeah, I think it's a really good system, and I would not mind see it being reused. I really wouldn't. And for Greek war setting, it would be really cool. Because I also like how in this one, people be coming out of the woodworks and they don't wait in a circle to fight you. They come at you. And that was really kind of boring sometimes, is just all these guys waiting in a circle and you're just waiting to counter them.
Yeah.
So
and then you counter one, you can just kill them all in a chain.
Exactly. So I really enjoy the combat system, even though I didn't at first, because it was just such a new thing, and I was not ready to just let go of what I loved. But now I love this even more. So,
what if it's doubtful? But what if they just go back to the classic?
No, there's no way. There's no way. But I'm maybe, because I'm really surprised and
how
shocked.
fucking fast they made this one?
No, not this one. I don't see with them doing Ancient Greece that it would take longer than this. What I'm curious about is what the hell's going on with this Assassin's Creed 1 remaster? Like, what's up with that?
Oh, yeah, I heard you watching a video talking about that.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be released around the same time, like, almost like how...
Is it going to be an actual remaster, though?
I hope it's not this Dark Souls 3 remaster where it's just next gen.
Well, no, there's a difference. There's a remake and then there's a remaster. Dark Souls was a remaster, which was everything was the exact same. Stupidly the exact same. Not all remasters should be like that, but it's just like bumped up graphics, the better details, this and that, yada yada yada. The 60 frames are really fucking nice for once. I hope the parkour and I like the combat in one.
That's
honestly.
That's the only thing that I have a gripe with in Origins, besides the costumes and the three only things I have a gripe with in Origins is the costumes, the fact that we didn't get that freaking bow kick thing that we saw in the trailer, and the parkour. It's not parkour, it's climbing. It's not parkour, it's not free running. And I don't blame it.
Yeah, because it's ancient Egypt. There's not much parkouring.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't blame the game, because I mean, like, it's almost like if you were to put parkour in Witcher.
The vaulting, though.
Yeah, the vaulting. Like, come on, there's
like, Bayek, I know you're not a fucking like what is it called?
Not only that,
what do you call it when you like jump over
the Kong jump. Like,
yeah.
I don't care about that so much. Like, if he's not, Marcus from freaking Watch Dogs, like, I don't care about that. But why would you tease it every time you're in a freaking pyramid? You can actually do some of those moves, but you can't do it when you're just running around. Like,
you can't do it over when you, and it's very inconvenient because it slows you down a lot. When
you have to actually climb up a fence rather than just vault over it.
It's the old AC 1-2.
So that really grinds my freaking ancient Egyptian gears every time I have to experience that in a tomb, where it's like, it teases me. It's like, hey, remember that move that you could do in Unity where you just rolled over a stack of like boxes? You can't do that when you're not in a tomb, so sorry.
I swear it was just forgot to put in the game, and they just like no one's really complained about it, so they just don't know to
Probably.
put it in the game.
I mean, like I say, like I don't blame them because I mean it's not really a world that you need to like freaking really parkour in. But all it is just climbing. That's really all you're doing in Assassin's Creed. So if they don't put it in this next one, like I say, I won't really mind it. I just don't want it to be teased every time I go somewhere and it's only in one section of the game. If they don't want to put it like
scene.
Yeah, if they don't want to put it and they want to sacrifice it with everything, because that's what I do like about this one is that it has a really good climbing system where everything can be traversed. Like you cannot look at something.
I really like that.
Yeah, you cannot look at something high up and say, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to climb that," because every time I run up it, freaking he just jumps off. Like you can climb up everything that you see. So I don't mind that you can't do all these crazy parkour vaults and stuff, but you know, it kind of sucks that again they teased it by putting it in like certain tombs and stuff that you do the slide across like a box or like a something that fell over, or you do a roll or just whatever. Like honestly, my favorite parkour system of any game, even though that they said GTA was gonna have really cool parkour and they never did, is Watch Dogs 2. Like that has to be by far the best parkour system of any game because it's actual parkour, it's actual free running.
I wish there was more parkouring to do though.
What do you mean?
Like more buildings to run across.
I mean, have you ran in that game?
Yeah, but
like
what I'm thinking is like that fucking.
I mean, there's no Ninja Warrior setup going on. Like
fucking. Like those like all those foreigner YouTube videos where they're just like running across YouTube.
No, but I've gotten away from the cops doing parkour. Like, if you have a helicopter on you, yeah, forget that. You need a car. But like, I've gotten away from the cops doing parkour. So I mean, that'd be cool if they gave you like a camera option where it's like a little GoPro, but
like steep,
like what do you call it? Like Mirror's Edge, but Mirror's Edge had a pretty good parkour system, but like, dude, the vaults and shit that market, dude, I've been playing that game for like what 2 months now. There's still vaults that he does that I'm like, I've never seen that vault. So that has a really good parkour system. But again, if they don't put it in Odyssey, I won't be mad because it's freaking ancient Greece. I'm not expecting this new character to do a Kong jump over a freaking shrine of Apollo. Like. I don't expect that. But
Do you think
we will get a modern Assassin's Creed ever?
I would like to see a modern Assassin's Creed, but my theory right now is that Watch Dogs is our modern Assassin's Creed. Like, really, if you think about it...
And it's in the same universe.
It's yeah, I mean, they confirmed that where you go, Aiden goes and kills the guy who was the head of Abstergo. Like, basically, Watch Dogs is our modern... And I mean, dude, like, I'm surprised that they haven't showed Rebecca in Watch Dogs, because she's a hacker. Like, that would have been so cool to see her.
I think...
Like, or an alias or something.
I think Rebecca references it somewhere in Assassin's Creed.
Which one?
I think Rogue.
Rogue?
Yeah, I think you read like a file or something.
And they need to freaking... Alright, like, even though we actually got a playable character, which was so much better than that fucking tablet view that we had in 4 and Rogue, they need to do something better with the freaking modern day.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with this new character that they introduce?
Yeah,
are they gonna use her again?
Yeah, other than, just getting rid of it altogether. Like, I really would not be dissatisfied if they just got rid of it altogether. Because we're not there for the modern day. We're there for, what we're playing in. But, yeah, I mean, like, dude, we got this chick that's, like, on her period, like, half the time or something. Like, I was... And I mean, even in the time that I played it, and I'm only, like I say, like, a level 27 again. Like, I've only come out, like, twice as her, and she does some leap of faith and finds Aya's tomb, and... just goes back into the Animus. Like, there's really nothing substantial like we got with Desmond, like, where we got actual story and, like, his whole dynamic with Rebecca and Sean and, God damn it, what's her name that he killed? was it like Lisa or something? Like
His girlfriend?
Yeah, the one that saved him from Abstergo.
Oh, that was also a fucking spy.
Yeah, I forget her name, but I just want to see something better.
Liz. I think it was Liz.
Liz? Yeah, I want to say it was something L, but I want to see something better, like something actual substantial.
Why haven't we gotten like a Rebecca or Sean's not an assassin, but Rebecca is.
I want someone like freaking what's his face from the Assassin's Creed movie that Michael Fassbender played. Like that would be cool. Like he had story behind him. He was kind of like Desmond, but like
I'm very surprised and a little disappointed that they never made a game about that.
I'm not surprised or disappointed because it's like them not making a game out of the comics. Like like why would they?
It's a quick project.
No, but I mean like besides the story that you've already told, like what would you do for a 20-hour game? Like
It probably would have helped it not get canceled.
I don't
Which
know.
makes me sad.
Yeah, besides that, freaking, what was that? Like an app? I don't even think I've ever played that app where you could play as like any Assassin's Creed character.
Oh, that little tablet game?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not too good.
Where you could play as Aguilar.
It just reuses assets from Brotherhood.
No, not that one. It was like they were like little cartoony looking characters with like big heads.
Oh,
like
no.
little Mr. Potato Heads, and you could play as like any character. Yeah, there was like a trailer for it a long time. I never played it. That was the only time I guess you could play as Aguilar, really. But other than that, have we even seen? Oh yeah, there was an Aguilar outfit in Origins if you were like subscribed to Twitch or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it was
a Twitch Prime thing.
Yeah. But yeah. Do you think we'll get like? I think that would be so cool if we got like an Assassin's Creed Battle Royale. Could you imagine that? That would be so sick. Is like going across the world and finding weapons and rarities and hiding in bushes and shooting people with your
Like their
bow.
old
Or
multiplayer system, but like Battle
pretty
Royale?
much. Pretty much. But the old multiplayer system was so trash because people could like just camouflage. That was it, and then you just had to find them. It was just hide and seek.
That game was really fun to play with friends, but online it was just.
I never
going out and doing this.
I never played with friends. Yeah, I only played it like once or twice by myself.
Speaking of Battle fucking Royale, how is that Call of Duty Black Ops gonna work?
I don't know. That's a
Because
different podcast.
with fucking the Call of Duty formula that everyone knows, loves, and hates, it's gonna be a weird Battle Royale. Because it's just gonna be like, oh, drop shot, dead. No, just move on.
I'm guessing it'll just be like when you're playing Call of Duty regularly and you like kill somebody and you can pick up their weapon. You might find weapons on the floor that you can use at that point. You might start off like gun game with like just like a pistol or a knife, and then pick up gun. I don't know. We haven't seen gameplay on it yet. It's just been that trailer where you saw like almost like when you would load into like a Modern Warfare 2 mission, like just outlays of the map and stuff.
I hope Ubisoft opens up with Odyssey because I want to see what the fuck this is.
Yeah. Because what else is the project that they're
Because
working
you also
on?
said that there was going to be naval combat, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was
And
telling
the
you.
Greek
Is like they
excited
might
for it.
reuse assets, but they'll focus more on because we only played naval with that one mission with Aya, right?
Yeah, Aya was
And-
the only one that had the naval stuff.
Yeah, so I think
Which was honestly, like, not bad.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
it was. I liked the return fire mechanic where like you ducked and then returned. That was cool.
Almost like a parry.
Yeah, it was like a naval parry. So if they focus, because I feel like Origins is going to be like the 3 to 4 for Odyssey, like how they tease naval combat in 3, and then they're going to really focus on it in Odyssey, and you'll have big naval battles. And dude, if there's like some ancient Greek boarding parties and stuff that we could see in that would be so cool.
If they get the Greek fire color right, I'm gonna be
But
pretty.
Greek Fire is a mythological thing, wasn't it?
No, it was a real thing.
It was real?
Yeah, it's super real. It was used during the war with the Byzantines.
Well, I tell you with everything with history,
we just can't.
I don't know what it looked like, so the color to me really does. They can make it
a
purple.
lot of Byzantines that fucking watched their fleet get burned to shit knew that it was color fucking green.
Well, they could have been colorblind. It could have been brown.
A whole society? Brown fire? That would look weird.
I don't know, dude. Like
fucking shit stained fire.
Yeah, all I know Greek Fire from is the Rick Riordan books, like Percy Jackson and all that. They reference it a couple times, but
no, Greek Fire was super real and super lethal, like worse than napalm and phosphorus even, because you could throw water on it and pat it out whatever that would put out normal fires today, and it wouldn't fucking go out.
Yeah,
you needed like a special thing to fucking put it out. And it was like a greenish, fucking bluish yellow type color, and we can't create it today because no one fucking scribed it down. They just knew how to fucking make it, and then when the society fucking decided, you know what, stuff, they just dropped it, and it's never been found again today.
Yeah, and I mean, even if they go with the mythological side, like they did, I just played through that one mission where he gets drugged by the lizard, I think it was, and you go through that whole like sequence where you're fighting the big snake. That was so cool. Really cool. So even if they go with a dude, like if you like end up fighting Medusa or some crap, like that would be so dope.
Really, really love that.
Yeah,
fighting Medusa.
Or even like a chimera, or like
punking the shit out of a Minotaur.
Or like, what if you can do like naval stuff, like you have your own ship and like you start to hear the sirens, or like just certain cool stuff like that. Like knowing Ubisoft and how they like to reference stuff, I don't imagine it not being in there. Like, so
prepare for God of War reference.
yeah. So,
well, you know what? Speaking of fucking Norse assassins, Scandinavia. What?
Some join Assassins. I don't know. Dude, I
want that fucking Russian game to be made.
I was just about to say, as much as I'm excited for and ecstatic for Ghost of Tsushima, I'm still so disappointed that they haven't made a Japanese one yet. Like, it just fits so well to the theme of Assassin's Creed. Like, why wouldn't you do that?
It's gonna be like one of their last games.
Dude, they're gonna release it in like 2020. They're gonna let
we're
Ghost of
both
Tsushima,
gonna have families.
It's gonna be like how Battlefield is releasing World War II now. Like, it's gonna be like that. Like Call of Duty does it. They did World War II again. And then they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, the fans have been asking for ancient Japan, so we decided
when they finally decide to listen."
And then you're gonna get those people like, "Oh my god, what are they doing? Assassin's Creed looks like Fortnite. It's feminine Creed, man." Yeah, we still haven't done our Battlefield podcast. God damn it,
we haven't.
We need to do it.
We fucking should have done it when John was here.
We should have, yeah, when the Toyota was here.
Yours
daddy good.
We're gonna have to stop here because mom's gonna get here.
All right, your mama. All right, passengers. Well, that was our voyage into our thoughts and kind of speculations on what's going on with the leakiest game franchise in history.
Thank you, Walmart.
Yeah, thank you, Walmart. Dude, I hope Final Fantasy VII is an actual thing. Like, they're actually gonna release it or talk about it at this E3, because the only time they talked about it was 2014, 2015. It was one of those.
I don't know, man. I've never been a crazy fan.
But yeah, if you guys disagreed with anything that we've said, please leave it down in the comments below. We'd really love to talk about it. If you want to subscribe, we're gonna start releasing a more consistent upload schedule. But yeah, buenos noches.
No, noches bueno.
This is madness! Madness. This